Hello, this is Mr. Doty again, and welcome to another video on AutoCAD. And this one, I thought I had covered this in one of my other videos, but apparently I didn't. And if you're out there online and you're going through the book, you're wondering, where are these files that I'm supposed to download, and what the heck am I supposed to print? And what does this all mean? So, basically, this video is going to hopefully answer those questions. In some other videos, I showed you how to get started and draw some things and work through the commands. You'll notice I've graded a few things here. No big deal. So I've opened this one before. Basically, what I'm going to do is I am going to just choose this base AutoCAD DWT file here for my template. I could have hit start drawing, but I'm not really honestly sure which template I used last. It could have been the AutoCAD one that's basic and doesn't have anything, or it could have been one that you or someone else turned in later on, let's just say, because you hadn't got there yet. So anyway, to take care of business for this, on the Home tab here, basically what they do on the print tutorial is usually what I do is when I do this in person is I go through, show you how to draw a bunch of stuff. One of the things they have you do is they have you draw a rectangle, and then I think they had you draw a circle or something. And I don't know why midpoint is not on, but we're going to make sure that it is. See, you gotta make sure your object snaps are hooked up and turned on. I'm pretty sure I covered all that in the other videos, but hey, you never know. This is what helps you to hook on to different things. So like if I were to pick this circle and grab this grip, then I could come over here and stick that on there like so. And then I can hit escape to deselect it. Like I said in my other videos, you don't hit escape to finish things out. You hit enter to finish things out, and then you hit escape when you don't want to select something or you don't want to be in something. Alright, so basically this is going to be a fairly short video because all you're supposed to do is basically draw something on a screen. If you go up here, there's a couple different ways you can get there. Previous video I showed you how to get your pull down menu to show up. Yours is going to say show menu, and you click on that and then these show up, so the next time you go look at it, it would say hide menu bar, because see, there it is, I have it up here, and see, if I turn it off it goes away, but I don't want it to go away, I want to keep it. The next thing we can look at is under file, you have an option here called plot. Well, that's the same thing as print. Used to, we had pens that plotted things out, they call them plotters. Instead, now they're just a really wide format, big inkjet printer or laser printer. You can also, using your big A up here, your application button, you can get to print, and then both of those options pull up this. Now you also have the little printer icon up here. There's the third way that you can get there. So when we go in and we set up what we want to print or plot, we have to have a printer set up. Now, one of the things that we could do instead of just going directly to plot is I could go to the page setup manager, which is also under file, page setup manager, and it showed up over here on my other screen. There we go. And then I can go to modify, because the reason I'm showing you this is because when you go in and you make your template drawing, this is what you're going to do. And so you would click on here, and you'll notice that page setup and then the print dialog box, they look a lot alike, because they are. This is just setting up what you want. These little layouts down here, or these little tabs. You have your model tab, you have your layout tab 1 and layout 2 tab. Later on, we're going to make that into a metric and an inch um, layouts with title blocks and so on. But if you just want to print from model space, which is where this is where we're going to draw from 99% of the time. This is how you would set it up to print. And when I print, I don't set up any of my local printers to be my default, okay, for my drawing, for my template. What I do is I select, and you won't have all these extra ones here, but if you come down here where it says AutoCAD PDF, there's a whole bunch of them, but I just use the general documentation one. And then, excuse me, the next thing, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to make this monochrome. And sure, yeah, that's fine. Apply to all layouts. And then here, instead of display, I like to do a window. And then it's like, hey, what do you want a window? So I'm going to pick with my left button, let go, and then pick again. And now it's made that area that I picked is going to be what shows up. I like to center the plot. If I wanted to re-window it or change what I wanted to print, I can click on window here and see this is what I had selected before. I don't want to redo it, so I'm just going to hit enter so it'll go back, or maybe hit escape. There we go. And that sends me back over here. Fit to paper, that's fine. Later on we'll talk about, you know, wanting to make it 1-to-1 or something like that. Let's see, what else do we have? Landscape, that's fine. Oh, we didn't check our paper. Now, to get this to show up right, what I usually have done in the past is I use, my goodness, there should be an ANSI up here. All right, there it is. ANSI, full bleed, 8.5. It doesn't matter which one you pick, to be honest. You're like, well, don't you want it to be landscape sideways? Well, yes, but when you look at drawing orientation down here, it shows up as landscape, so it's going to print the way I want no matter which version of this A that I pick. So that's pretty cool. So basically this is what I want, and if I were to hit preview, it's going to show me what would happen if I were to go to print. I'm like, yeah, I like that. So I'm going to hit the little X, and I like all this. So let's just review real quick. AutoCAD PDF, general documentation, full bleed, that one's fine, 8.5 by 11. Window for the plot area, pick your window, you know, pick. Fit the paper's fine, center the plot, monochrome, this is on landscape, and then you hit OK. And then you hit close. Alright, so I am ready to print this drawing. Now, let me just throw this at you. This will be the only PDF that you're going to turn in to me, or turn in for this class. Okay? So if you're watching this for CAD 100 and you're doing the, you know, going through and doing everything you're supposed to be doing, please remember, this is, I'm just showing you how to do this. So what? We only do it one time. But this is so that you understand and know how to use it. Okay? Alright, so now that I've said that, what we're going to do is this time I'm going to click on the little printer up here. And notice instead of saying page manager, it says model. And notice this is already set up, this is set up, this is set up. So I don't have to do anything except maybe change the window if I wanted to. Everything's set up the way I want. And then I click on preview. Hey, that looks pretty good, right? And then this time, instead of hitting the little X, if you're happy with it, you click on the little printer, and now It pops up over here on the other screen, but you should get something that pops up like this, and now it says, where would you like to save it, basically. So I'm just going to set it under documents here. We're going to call it print tutorial. I can't spell. Print tutorial, and then I'm going to click on save. Alright, now what happens is it's going to pull it up in whatever you have set up to pull up a PDF file, whether it's Adobe Acrobat, an Acrobat Pro. Most of the time the default one is actually going to be one of your browsers. A lot of times it's Edge, so Edge will pop up and you'll be like, oh, okay. Or Chrome might do it, Firefox, Internet Explorer, whatever you have set as your default, which Windows will try to set it on Edge to start with. And basically you would go in and you would want to attach this to your assignment link in the class. So to do that, you would, if I were in the class, right, then you know, I'm under the helpful stuff under chapter 2, which is where I'm going to put this video. And so I'm going to click back on here, and it's under assignments, I believe. Alright, so printing tutorial. So it says attach completed PDF file to this link. Notice the rest of these that are on here, they all say DWG. So please, this is the only one you're going to turn in as PDF. You click on the link, you click on browse my computer, you would go somewhere and find this lovely file wherever it is. Hopefully you have things organized better, but I just put it here because that's what I want to do. Print screen, print tutorial, there it is. So there's my print tutorial. I'd hit open, and then this won't let me do it because I'm the teacher and I don't have an actual, you know, student account set up on here. So you would hit submit, and then it would go back to the original link, and it would say, or actually it'll go to a new screen and it'll say, you know, submission. Do you want to create a new submission, or do you want to hit OK? And you just hit OK, and then it'll exit back out to the assignments or something like that. So anyway, so that's what you would do. You click on submit, and boom, you've turned it in. All right. So that hopefully will help explain what I want you to do for the printing tutorial, because it is a little confusing, and I understand that. And when I go through it in class, you know, I do the same spiel and everything. So, you know, it's really simple. You're going to draw some things on the screen. I'm not real worried about if you draw the same thing here, but draw whatever you want. Make sure that you go and set up your you know, page setup, which is actually under file. You can also right click on model down here and go to your page setup manager, and then you would click on modify. Remember, I went to file and page setup manager earlier. Then you would set this up for AutoCAD PDF general documentation, 8.5 by 11 full bleed. And this is just a reminder, this is what we're going to be using for everything we do. Monochrome, this is on landscape, center of the plot, do a window, put your window around, and then you'd be good to go. And then to actually print it, you click on print, and if everything's the way you want it, you do a preview. Always do a preview, and then you would click on your print button, and it'll say, do you want to save it? And see, it's going to be a PDF. And like I said, print tutorial, I'll just make a -2 on this one, and hit save, and then it pops up in your PDF, whatever brings up PDFs. So that's it for this video, and I ran it a little bit longer than I thought it would be. But I hope that this helps explain things a little better, and I'll get that added to YouTube so that you guys can get your assignments done. All right, so please watch my other videos, and they are helpful, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.